Ерғали Сарманов атындағы гуманитарлық агроэкономикалық колледжі. Мамандығы ветеринария, ВТ-301 тобы, шет тілі ағылшын пәні, Biographies of the Science тақырыбы бойынша оқытушы Бейсенбиева Салтанат. Мақсаты: студенттердің сөздік қорын молайту, оқу дағдыларын қалыптастыру, студенттерге кәсіби бағдар беру, пәнге деген қызығушылығын арттыру. Read with me the words and make up word combinations. Daniel Defoe, Desert Island, Robinson Crusoe, famous writer, become popular, main character, real writer, make pots. Look at the portraits of famous people and their biographies. Daniel Defoe. Daniel Defoe, 66, 24 April 1731. Born Daniel Defoe was an English trader, writer, journalist, pamphleteer, and spy. He is most famous for his novel Robinson Crusoe, published in 1790, which is claimed to be second only to the Bible in its number of translations. He has been seen as one of the earliest proponents of the English novel and helped to popularize and form in Britain with others such as Alpha Ben and Samuel Richardson. Defoe wrote many political tracts and was often in trouble with the authorities and spent a period in prison. Intellectual and political readers paid attention to his fresh ideas and sometimes consulted with him. Charles Chaplin. Sir Charles Spencer Chaplin, 16th April 1889 and 25 December 1877, was an English comic actor, filmmaker, and composer who rose to fame in the era of silent film. He became a worldwide icon through his screen persona, the Tramp, and is considered one of the most important figures in the history of the film industry. His career spanned more than 25 years, from childhood in the Victorian era until a year before his death in 1977, and encompassed both adulation and controversy. Chaplin's childhood in London was one of poverty and hardship as his father was absent and his mother struggled financially, and he was sent to workhouse twice before the age of 9. When he was 40, his mother was commuted a mental asylum. Chaplin began performing at an early age, touring music halls and later working as a stage actor and a comedian. At 19, he was signed to the prestigious Fred Carnell Company, which took him to America. Mark Twain. Samuel Mark Twain, November 30, 1835 and April 21, 1910. More widely known as Mark Twain, was a well-known American writer born in Florida, Missouri. He worked mainly for newspapers and the steamboat pilot on the Mississippi River. Before he became a writer, he married in 1970 and raised his family in Hartford, Connecticut. In later life, he invested and lost the money that his writing had made, and toured the world giving lectures that brought him enough money to pay his debt and recover this fortune. John Tolkien. John Tolkien is full John Ronald Reuel Tolkien, born January 3, 1892, Bloemfontein, South Africa, and died September 2nd, 1973. English writer and scholar who achieved fame with his children's book, The Hobbit's 1937, and his richly inventive epic fantasy The Lord of the Rings. And next, Margaret Hilda Thatcher, Baroness. Thatcher, was born 13 October 1925 and April 8, 2013 she is died. Was a British stateswoman, was served as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 1979 and to 1990 the leader of the Conservative Party from 1975 to 1990. She was a longest-serving British Prime Minister of the 20th century and the first woman to hold that office. A Soviet journalist dubbed her the Iron Lady, a nickname that became associated with her uncompromising politics and leadership style. As Prime Minister, she implemented policies that became known as Thatcherism. Yes. The 1979 United Kingdom general election was held on Tuesday, 3 May 1979 to elect. And the Conservative Party led by Margaret Thatcher was at the incumbent Labour government of James Callaghan with parliamentary majority of the 43 seats. John Lennon. John Winston Honor Lennon. He was born 9 October 1940 and 8 December 1980 was one English singer, songwriter, and peace activist who gained worldwide fame as founder, lead vocalist, and rising guitarist of the Beatles. Born in Liverpool, Lennon became involved in the skiffle craze as a teenager. In 1956, he formed his first band and Quarterman, which evolved into the Beatles in 1960. He was initially the group's factor leader role gradually ceded to McCartney. Okay, home task. Your home task will be write a short biography of Jules Verne. Jules Verne, you must to write a sentences 120 and 150 words. Use a sentence about Jules Verne and the information about his books and his biographies about his lives, and you can say article about Conan Doyle as a model. Okay, conclusion. Students learned a lot of information about the famous legends they knew in childhood. We learned some new words and facts about famous people. Thank you for attention.